that leads us to the most popular conversation in golf right now. And that is what the hell happens with this Ryder Cup? Because, and I want to read, before we get into the conversation, Patrick, I'm sure you looked at the transcript last night, but I was reading through some of the stuff Keegan had said. And Josh, I sent this over your way if you've got the transcript up, from Keegan talking about getting the job.
Insane.
And basically, we went from, I feel like he was never going to be a playing captain, to now the conversation is Seth Waugh told him he wanted him to be a playing captain. I mean, if you read through this thing, it goes, PGA of America, Zach Johnson, Seth Waugh was the person who called me, mentioned they wanted me to be the first playing captain since Arnold Palmer in 62. The whole, to me at least, the whole storyline around this was, I'm going to be the captain, I'm not going to play. And now it almost feels like the narrative is switched. Do you get that same feeling?
He's downplayed it great the first 8 months of his captaincy, right before his form started taking off. And I think you just got to remember, this just adds such a weird wrinkle to this selection process for Keegan, because it was always going to be Tiger, right, Shane? And Tiger said, I'm not doing it. It was probably going to be Phil before that, honestly, but with that whole dilemma, didn't happen. PGA of America has no idea where to go. And not only is this odd with the call saying, we want you to be the first playing captain since Arnie, they didn't even have a conversation with him before that call. They didn't talk to him. They didn't interview him. Nothing. They give him a call on a random Monday or whatever it was at 8 p.m. Zach Johnson, Seth Waugh on the phone. Keegan, we'd love for you to be the first playing captain since Arnold Palmer. What do you think about that? Keegan Bradley's a true-blood American. Of course he's going to say yes, but it just goes to show you how I don't know, disheveled or disoriented the PGA of America was when they're making the selection for their captaincy. So kudos to Keegan for playing this down, if this is actually what Seth Waugh said, which is a pretty ridiculous thing to say, I think. And
to not, this isn't, I mean, no offense to Keegan Bradley. He was 19th in the world at this time last year. I mean, this isn't, as you pointed out, this isn't Phil Mickelson, right? This isn't Tiger. This isn't, name another, 4, 5, 6-time major winner that would make a ton of sense to kind of slot in this position. I mean, this is at the time he's getting the call, a 38-year-old who has admitted, Patrick, and I think this is an important point to be made, has admitted, I'm not in this buddy circle. I'm not best buddies with Jordan and Justin and Scotty and Sam Burns and all these guys, right? I'm kind of this outsider looking in of this group that I want to be included in. This isn't Fred Couples, that knows everybody and they all love him. This is a little bit of a different character. This just kind of goes back, and I've listened to a couple of pods that pointed this out. This goes back to the plan of the American Ryder Cup team and that kind of the philosophy and the ethos of what you want to be. And this felt like a random decision at the time. I think everybody was kind of going, oh, well, that's got a little bit different. Sure, Keegan Bradley, whatever. But I feel like they never had a plan for if he started to do what he's doing right now. And now he's 7th in the world. And I mean, you and I both talked about easily a top 12 American golfer in the world right now. And if you're going to put out the 12 best American players, Keegan should be on the team. But now that he's a captain, what does he have to do? Because I laid out the scenarios, and listen, you don't have to be a genius to understand these. Scenario number 1, Keegan is the captain, does not play. That's scenario 1, probably what most of us thought was going to happen the first 4 months of the year. Scenario 2 is he's a playing captain, which, and Trevor Immelman was on last night with Musso, and he said, I don't know how you can do that. Like, the responsibilities of a captain are so massive that week that it would be so tough to be thinking about playing good golf and dealing with all the captaincy stuff. So maybe you're the captain, but you have the assistants do everything, but still that's added responsibility when you're trying to go out there and beat some of the best players in the world. And then the third one is relinquishing the captaincy and deciding to be fully a player, which to me probably makes the most sense. But then that adds a whole nother wrinkle on who the captain's going to be. Do you bring Tiger in last minute and Tiger can kind of avoid all the annoying media stuff that he didn't want to do? I mean, do you tap Phil on the shoulder? They're not going to do that. It'd be awesome if they did. Or do you lean on?
That's the only thing that's missing.
I mean, it would be so. I mean, Phil should tweet this out. Like, I'm in on that. Or do you lean on a Furyk or a Snedeker or somebody that's already kind of in the mix and allow them to kind of be in charge? But I don't know if any of those scenarios are great for the American team, considering they're already, in my opinion, an underdog. But those are basically that's what's on the table right now.
Yeah, so he was on Golf Central after with Brandel, and they kind of asked him, like, hey, would you let go of the captaincy? He said, I'm 100% going to remain the captain, even if I'm playing. And we talked about this last night, where in his introductory press conference, Keegan was all about youth, adding new voices to the leadership room, a real change of the guard. And you saw it with Snedeker, Kisner, Webb Simpson, guys with zero Ryder Cup leadership experience. Snedeker, Kisner, assistant captains there in Montreal for the President's Cup team. Webb Simpson at Quail Hollow a couple years back. And then you see Jim Furyk randomly get added. And he said last night, obviously you got Jim Furyk, one of the greatest players to play and also a great captain at the President's Cup if he was to be a playing captain. And so I think Furyk being in there, Jimbo F, he's going to run that pro style offense, as we know. And you have a lot of the same guys from the President's Cup leadership room with Kisner and Snedeker, and then you bring Simpson in. So I think adding Furyk to the leadership room was intentional to potentially being a playing captain because it went so well in Paris.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question about this, because we've done this already. Is Keegan in your 12? Do you put a list together of your players that are on this Ryder Cup team? I put my 12 together. I also did Europe as well. But, 6 auto, 6 picks. Has Keegan made your team as of right now?
Keegan's not only in my 12. I think he's a top 5 American right now.
Oh, nice. Okay. Who do you have?
Okay, so Josh, if you can bring up the list. So I have the guys who are automatically qualified right now. That's Scotty, Xander, JJ, Russell, Bryson, JT. Colin just fell out. He's on the team. Ben Griffin, there's something I don't trust about him. I think it's his sunglasses. I know they have a reason, a health reason, but he is on my team despite, for whatever reason, not wanting to put him on the team. I put Ben Griffin on the team. I have Keegan as well, and I have Harris English too. So I just have the top 10 right now. And then after that, I have Cantlay and I have Sam Burns. And those are the 12. First 3 out for me, Shane, my guy P. Reed, Jordan Spieth, and Cy Young, Cameron Young.
So, Cam Young is a perfect fit for this golf course. I don't think he's going to be on the team. I really wanted to put him on my list as well. I've got everybody you've got. We only have one different player. I got Cantlay as well on the team, just in terms of kind of keeping that Xander partnership together. Cantlay to me is Justin Rose. He's Sergio. It's like these guys, Ian Poulter, these guys play well at Ryder Cups. They just show up, and that's kind of their style of game. So don't mess it up until he starts to mess it up. I almost put P on there as well. I almost put your boy on there, but I don't think he's going to get picked. So
no.
Shockingly, I don't think Keegan's going to reach for that. I've got Keegan on as well. And my only different pick, and it obviously depends on the injury, I think they will pick Spieth over Sam Burns if Spieth is playing decent golf. And the only reason I say that is I think they will likely stick a Henley type with Scotty over Sam Burns with Scotty. But I think it's crazy to think, but I think that's 11 names kind of locked in if Keegan decides to play. And then that 12 spot's the one that's going to be up for grabs. And I think you're right. I think it could be Spieth, Sam Burns, Cam Young, or even if somebody gets real hot over the next couple of weeks, that's down beyond this list. But I mean, Mavs played great. I don't think he's going to make it. Brian Harmon, I think he's out. And I'm with you. I think Ben Griffin, they make those sunglasses that have the American flag like on the front, but you can't see them when you look out of it. Maybe he wears those for the week. Really
like
leans
middle
into
schoolers.
It. Yeah. It's like 4th of July. I think I have some of those somewhere upstairs, but yeah, I'm with you. Kind of same team outside of Spieth and Sam Burns. And again, we'll see what happens with Spieth and the injury. I've never seen Spieth walk that slow, by the way, when he was going to the golf cart. He was kind of like doing the hobbling. So I hope he's okay. By the way, Spieth and Hovland injured this past week, which is never great.
No, it's not. And I will say this about Spieth. I'd obviously love him on the team, and I'd love to see him paired with the captain, Keegan Bradley. Those two just running wild around Bethpage.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can I throw something? I want to throw this at you because I texted you this a few days ago. I was thinking back to the Phil Tiger partnership, Hal Sutton's partnership, when they threw them together and they just got their doors blown off and it didn't work out very well. a lot of people roll their eyes at it. I wish we could lean a little bit more into it. I think that one match, I think captain's like kind of a secret handshake behind the rooms. Let's do one match, like a 4-ball match with the 4 biggest players in the Ryder Cup. So like throw a Scotty Bryson out there versus Rory Rahm, and just let's get the 4 biggest names, the 4 best players, and just see what they can do with 4-ball. Like I want to see more Phil Tiger, not less Phil Tiger.
Yeah, first match every Ryder Cup.
Ooh, first match is a great call.
Yeah, your top 2 guys, and then you're off and running. Then it's fair game. You can do whatever you want after that. But I love it. Yeah, you don't see it enough. It's like, oh, you got to spread the wealth.
Yeah,
I want power on power, baby.
Yeah, and these guys are pros. They're all really good at golf, obviously. What about Europe? Did you do your Europe list or no?
I did, and some pretty substantial changes also.
I
go first.
Yeah, I got if we got the list up there as well. I mean, Rory Rahm, Shane Lowry, Tyrrell's on there, Bobby Mack on there as well. Sepp I've got on the team. Fleetwood I've got on the team. I've still got Ludwig on the team. He's just not played great golf, but I don't think they're going to leave him off. Hovland I've got on there as well. Dietrich on my team. Rasmus Højgaard, and then Fitzy, who I don't even think is in the top 18 on the points. But Fitzy has started to play some solid golf, and I feel like Fitzy's a player for the Ryder Cup. So no Justin Rose anymore. Rose is the form has fallen off, and I just don't think he makes the squad.
Yeah, I could see Rose being tapped as like an assistant captain last minute.
Assistant to the assistant.
Yeah, the Dwight Schrute role. Rose is off my team. I put Fitz on as well. So I have 9 similar, kind of the 9 main guys who feel like legitimate locks right now. I put Aaron Rye on the team, and I also put same guys last time. RNP, Rasmus Nørgaard Peterson. Great U.S. Open. U.S. Open. Needed it. So those are my 12.
Yeah, I think there's a real opportunity he makes the team. It's just, I mean, when you look at the difference in the American team, we've been beating this drum for months, but the difference in the American team where you legitimately could go probably 16, 17 deep and not be surprised by some of those names. I mean, even into you and I knowing Reed's not going to make it, I don't think Reed is a crazy pick. He's played solid golf this season. He's played well in the events we've seen him at. I don't think it's completely off the board to go Patrick Reed. I think Europe, it's pretty much like 10 names and then 2 spots, and I mean, kind of what it feels like to me.
What happens if Brooks Koepka finishes T4 at the Open for you?
Just a tough pick for me. It's never been his event, I mean, that's one of my problems with Brooks here is I don't know how raw Brooks is, and I do sometimes think there are people that are great at individual golf and people that are great at team golf. Sometimes they cross over. But Brooks, to me, is an awesome individual. I want to go out and beat everybody's brains in golfer. And I don't know if it's always been the best fit in terms of team golf. We've seen him play well at times, but I probably am not throwing Brooks on there no matter what he does, unless he just, unless, like you said, if he wins the Open, he probably makes it.
Yeah. Just the LIV boys loved it. It was like, oh, he's got to be on the team after top 20 at the U.S. Open.
You're like, oh.
Gotta.